Hello, Nerdhatters! Welcome to this week's episode of the Nerdhat podcast. Today we'll be talking about Pinky. Yes, Brian? What are you doing, Pinky? Well, I'm trying to introduce a podcast, Brian. We don't have time for that, Pinky. We must finish the device. But Brian, they want me to do this. Why, Pinky? You know, I'm not quite sure. I think it might have something to do with... Narf!
This is Nerdhat.
This is Nerdhat.
This is Nerdhat.
Nerd Hatters.
Noggins of hat in nerd blah 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 blah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
No, only gentlemen.
Assorted sentient creatures.
I'm kidding.
And perhaps aliens as well. Congress supposedly...
Oh gosh.
Like there was a congressional hearing, an actual legit congressional hearing.
How are we
past
here?
Week,
okay.
Where people talked about... He's like... Someone who apparently used to work for NASA is like, yes, UAPs are real. Now he didn't say aliens are real, but he came close.
For some reason.
So anyway, if you're listening to, welcome to the Nerdhat podcast.
I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, we can totally talk about aliens and what the heck they saw over Mexico recently later.
Oh yeah.
Maybe another podcast.
New
Mexico. Mexico.
Yeah.
You heard about that? I found that today.
Probably meteors, most likely.
Someone zoomed in. It was like this weird thing with an eyeball, and they're like, "It's a seraphim."
Jesus is coming. He's coming.
He's riding that star, baby.
As usual, I don't know what they're talking about, but I'm here. I'm here for it. And that's fun.
We're just trying to make you all laugh.
Well,
that's right.
Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't.
You got to break through the ice in the first few minutes, right?
I guess so. Or we could just get to it.
It's our ADHD.
Speaking of breaking through the ice, like, guess who's getting hypothermia in this episode?
I don't understand that reference.
What does that mean, Richard?
This episode, I really wanted to talk about a movie that is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I'm rarely enchanted by a movie. It doesn't happen that often.
Yeah, if it's not Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings.
Look, I have a reason for why it's one of those two things. So what I wanted to do, first off, I wanted to ask you guys a question. Mm-hmm. I wrote it down. Also, real quick, I wanted a side note. Like, I do not give you guys enough credit for when you research movies.
We research movies.
You do. You have content, and I'm like,
we dabble.
You dabble. Okay, fine. Well, you dabble with authority, and like I haven't given you guys that much credit.
We try to be analytical after we watch things.
Yeah, and you guys do a good job at it. So well done.
I try not to steal from other reviewers. So
please still. That's what I did.
I come up with my own thoughts.
As long as you reference your sources, right?
I'm really bad at referencing sources.
I'm not going to be referencing many. So what I wanted to ask you guys, like, when was the last time you were truly like enchanted by a film? Ooh. Like taken in, and you're like, when you either left the room or left the theater, you still felt like the vibe of that movie came with you. Ooh. So don't answer it yet. Just think about it.
Okay, it's rhetorical.
No. I'm going to have you answer in a minute.
Okay.
So when I was 11, it was 2001, and Lord of the Rings came out, I think. It was the Fellowship of the Ring or the Two Towers. I forget which.
Fellowship.
Whatever. Okay. One of those. Yeah, the Fellowship.
You know what came out when I was 11?
Oh, gosh. Tell me.
Star Wars.
Which one?
Wait, no.
The remakes.
I mean, yeah, okay.
I'm just picking.
What year did that come out?
About your age again.
Why are you doing that? Why?
Get under your skin.
What the heck?
Well,
okay, continue.
In fairness, you were 14 when Phantom Menace came out.
Okay, I was 14. See?
Oh my goodness. Okay, anyway, so
11-year-old Laura.
11-year-old Laura, who is so shy of
Lord
people.
Lord of the Rings was that old?
Can you take a back seat, William?
There's a woman trying to talk here, Will.
Anyway.
Okay, you're right.
Shush, everyone. Shush. So I'm trying to talk about my childhood. Okay, so I'm 11 and Lord of the Rings comes out and I go to see it in the theater and I have not been the same since. There has no, but, and also 2001, so many good things came out. Harry Potter came out, Monsters Inc. came out, and there was a fourth one that came out, I don't remember. Anyway.
What year?
2001.
Okay.
2001. So.
You were.
Okay, can you chill?
2001?
Can you chill for a sec?
Okay.
Will, I love you. You're great. Okay, so I don't know. Like so that came out, and I was like, okay, when I grow up, like it took me so much.
Oh, you want to be Legolas when you grow up?
No, I was
Okay.
like, if I could just be the fifth Hobbit, I think I'll be okay in life. If I could be the fifth Hobbit and get them to the two towers and help Frodo destroy the ring, I'm going to be doing okay. 11-year-old, I was like, I know this isn't possible, but this is what I want to be when I grow up.
That's okay. I wanted to be Batman.
Yeah, well, okay.
You could be Mary's cousin.
Mary's cousin.
Who actually,
I took a quiz on what kind of Hobbit name I would have. My Hobbit name would be Marigold. And yeah, like I was all about it. Like so that came out when I was 11. So ever since that time, I have going to the theater has not had the same effect on me. It really hasn't. Movies have not had the same effect on me because that was like the prime of my brain development was Lord of the Rings coming out. When this came out in 2006, Lady in the Water, and I should have looked it up, but I don't remember what came before that. I'm pretty sure Sixth Sense had come out, and Unbreakable had come out.
Mm-hmm. And Signs.
And Signs. So three biggies.
And The Village.
And The Village. So many good. There's so many good things. So many good things. But with Lady in the Water, I feel like the way it was portrayed, the way audiences took it, they took it the wrong way. They took it the wrong way.
Don't spoil it for me.
I'm totally going to spoil it for you. And
Well, I have preconceived ideas.
we'll throw them in the trash, William. No,
We've been spoiling things for Laura all season.
Yeah, you have.
It's only fair,
Yeah, you have.
Right?
No, so like I feel like
I just want to let you know that I think this movie is about the creature from the Black Lagoon having a romance with a woman.
Oh wow! So there was a critic who defined it as
I
that,
don't
and
know.
it's not like
I
that.
think
So I'm not completely wrong.
You're mostly wrong.
I think
I'm mostly wrong.
you're getting this confused with Shape of Water.
The Shape
That's
of Water.
it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, no.
Yeah,
This
I totally
is different.
am.
No, this is very.
Oh, I thought we were doing Shape of Water.
No.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Have you seen Unbreakable?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so have you seen Lady in the Water by M. Night Shyamalan?
No.
Oh,
good,
okay.
good.
How come not? How come not?
Oh,
Does it sound like my kind of movie?
Okay. Whatever.
I don't know. I've never seen a trailer. I don't know what it's about.
All right.
Excellent. That's perfect, right?
Both of you need to talk at just 2% less. Just 2%, not too much. Lady in the Water. It's about this woman who comes from a bedtime story. So she's come from a not a lullaby, but a story that was told to children. So she's from a book.
Is she from King Arthur?
She is from this land where there are a bunch of narfs. She is also a narf.
Narfs?
So I feel like you're questioning everything I'm saying.
He's thinking of Animaniacs.
Don't think of that. Narf.
I don't know what that means.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, so there's this narf. Her name is Story. There's also the Avalon that is a huge eagle. There's the Tartutic that are these creepy forest grass monkeys that keep the law of the land.
I don't know. I need to see this movie.
Yeah, I think you would really enjoy it.
Sounds pretty
And then
fun.
there are the Scrunts. The Scrunts are these.
The Scruds?
The Scrunts are
So when you
grass creatures that attack the narfs.
grass. So when you said narfs, I thought you were talking about like
Nerfs?
negative people or dumb people or something.
No.
But this is a race.
No, so that's
thought you
a
meant, like-
bedtime story. Hold on, William.
I am so lost.
It's okay. Hold on, guys. Everyone who Nerd Hatters, William's lost. This is how I feel every single episode. So just sit with that feeling. Feelings are fine. Feelings aren't bad. Just sit with the feeling of feeling lost, and now you know how I feel. So there's the bedtime story with all of those characters, right? We're going to go back to reality. Reality is where we meet Cleveland Heap, who is a maintenance guy at this apartment complex, whose backstory is really interesting and cool. He used to be a doctor and quit his job after he finds his family dead in their house. And someone came in, killed his wife and kids, and then he stopped being a doctor and gave that up and is now a maintenance guy. And so he's still helping people, but he's kind of lost his calling.
Is he like super, super intoxicated?
No, surprisingly not. No. So
Not that kind of movie?
Since then he has developed a severe stutter.
Okay.
So he's just kind of this broken human being. So he meets Story.
Except for this really terrifying backstory to the maintenance man, is this like never-ending story?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay, continue.
Not at all. So Cleveland meets Story at the pool that is connected to the apartment complex. Brings her in because she got hurt in the water. And it's kind of unclear of why, but he wakes up and she's there and he's trying to talk to her and she's like, well, I'm here because I'm on, she doesn't say quest, but that's why she's there. So bigger picture, she is in the picture to let everyone know what their purpose is in life. It's really beautiful. I think I watched this when I was postpartum after my second kid, and I was just feeling purposeless, feeling like I didn't have the meaning I used to have before kids. So it's just, anyway, so I connect with this story a lot. So she's there giving purpose to everyone. She's letting everyone know like what their purpose is. So she is there, and she's there actually against her will. She doesn't know why she's there. So she's trying to, it's hard to explain. She's trying to gather everyone in the apartment complex to help her get back home to where the other Narfs are. The only way that she can get back home is if the giant eagle takes her.
So she thinks these people can just dial up the giant eagle's number or something?
Say that again?
Just call them on the phone, hey, giant eagle.
I think it's like it's not very clear how that happens, but like the eagle's going to come during the full moon or something like that, and like she needs to be ready to go. So the only thing that's prohibiting her from going are the scrunts that are hiding in the grass.
Yeah.
Which grass? Reality grass or fantasy grass?
Reality grass.
Real grass.
How hard did they hit the grass?
So their backs are covered in grass, so they can hide really well.
They've been rolling in it.
They can what?
They've been rolling in that grass.
What?
They're high as a kite. He's making a marijuana joke.
I just like getting.
Whoa! I am surprised at you. I am so surprised.
So it's still unclear how these normal apartment dwellers can summon the great eagle.
So none of them know that they're about to do that.
Why would they?
When you hear stories,
so do they have to do like a giant eagle dance or something?
When you hear
around a fire.
Bryce Dallas Howard, who plays the Narf Story, when you hear Story talks, like she's very shy. She's like, like she's on the food chain when it comes to Narfs, but she was chosen to be in this world. So
the chosen Narf.
Yeah, the chosen Narf. So let me see here.
The Narf Messiah.
I'm gonna go back to like
I think
reviews of the movie. So
they live underwater too, right? The Narfs do.
Most of the time.
Snorkels?
Kind of.
Most of the time.
Oh, from Smurfs? What was that from?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm derailing Laura every which way.
We both. I just flashed back to an '80s cartoon.
A Hades cartoon? Oh, 80s.
Snorks.
Yeah, the Snorks.
Sorry.
Oh my goodness. this is oh, man. So
I hope I'm not being too annoying, but I am hoping our audience is cracking up a little bit.
I hope.
I know you're not. I'm sorry.
Well, you're the audience surrogate in this particular episode, so at least for those who haven't seen Lady in the
I
Water
think
yet.
I would really like this movie.
You think you wouldn't?
I think I would.
I think you would too.
I just came into this thinking it was some other movie.
It's so not.
That's
so
hilarious.
it's
That's
so
hilarious.
not.
You thought it was going to be Shape of Water.
Yeah, I did.
Cleveland, the maintenance guy, ex-doctor, goes in about his daily duties on repairing things around the apartment complex, and he talks to this resident named Young Soon, he's talking to her going like, hey, have you ever heard of Narfs? Did you hear about that in a bedtime story? She's like, yeah, totally. And she's giving him the background story on this bedtime story. And so he goes back to Bryce Dallas Howard and he's like, hey, actually what you're doing is real. How can I help? So every day he's like collecting more information and background information about the Lady Narf. And at one point, she tries to escape and to be taken by the eagle, the giant eagle. And the scrunts in the grass go and attack her, and she's injured. And at that point in the movie, she starts to die and decay, not decay, but she starts to die. Like her hair starts turning white. And that happens during the rest of the movie.
So what is she like really old and her age is catching up to her?
No,
it's just failing, or
it's just like when she gets attacked, like she has a scar that only her magical, I don't know, like potion can heal. Anyway, so while this is all going on, what's I think really beautiful about this movie is that it's just residents going about their daily life, and they're so quirky. They're just getting through. They're just normal people. They're nothing fancy. Oh, I did want to make a point that I am a subtle magic slut. Like I don't. It's happening. I don't like super big flashy superhero movies. Like they're okay.
Oh, you like it subtle.
I love it subtle.
I didn't understand that.
Subtle magic slut.
She wasn't saying that she's a magic slut.
No.
Who does things subtly.
No.
She was saying she's a slut for subtle
I
magic.
thought you meant that you really love magic, but we're trying not to make that obvious.
So no. What I love about M. Night Shyamalan and about this movie and about most of his Richard and about most of the movies he makes is like it's subtle.
You like to keep it mysterious.
I like to keep it mysterious, and I do have my qualms about this movie. There's some of it that could have been way less obvious. For the most part, it's very subtle. It's have to watch this movie on the big screen, and the volume has to be dialed up because you need to hear all the little intricate conversations of the main characters.
Did you see it in theaters when it came out originally?
I don't remember.
That would have been fun.
You know why I don't remember? Lord of the Rings. Everything is a blur after that. That's why.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's why I don't go to the
sorry I
theater.
laughed.
It's not fun anymore. Yeah. So
Go anyway.
what I did want to know is like back to the question I originally asked, what was a movie what the last time you were truly entranced by a movie, like the vibe of it?
I'm going to say Godzilla -1.
Are you serious? Really? Okay.
Well, of all the movies we've reviewed,
How about it doesn't have to be a movie review.
I almost feel like that's
Okay.
some sort of.
This man loves Godzilla.
Okay.
Well, okay, most Godzilla movies are just adult men in costumes hitting
True.
each other. But Godzilla -1 was almost some sort of masterpiece film in its own right.
Okay.
And that's not because it had Godzilla in it, it was just the human drama. But although Godzilla did help my masculinity.
Okay.
If you understand what I'm joking about, it's
I don't.
no.
That's okay.
giant monster. I'm a man. Whatever. Richard?
If we're talking enchanted from like a fantasy perspective,
Like you.
or just the movie.
This podcast would not be successful without you, the listener. We are grateful for every download, comment, follow, and rating. While our main episodes will always be free, we do have some basic costs like hosting fees, marketing, and of course, the recording equipment and software we use. Would you consider supporting us with a monthly donation of $3, $5, $8, or $10? Just follow the link in the show notes or on our link tree to become a supporter now. Thank you so much, nerds. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Stuck with me, because I've had some that stuck with me, but I wouldn't say they enchanted me.
Sure, we'll go with Enchanted with you.
I didn't think too hard about mine.
So my first thought is Avatar from 2009.
I knew.
Did you know it? Yeah.
Oh, of course I did.
Well, it's just the totality of just the experience of seeing it in IMAX and seeing it in 3D, and I think I saw it 4 times that summer, because it's just such a revolutionary theater experience, and at that point I'd only been going to the theater for 4 years, so the whole experience as a whole was still relatively new to me. So I think Avatar was like my Lord of the Rings moment in terms of theater experience.
Okay.
But in terms of a movie that just more recently just like stuck with me after I left the theater, the first one that came to mind was Annihilation. I went to see that.
Did we see that?
I saw it by myself.
Wait, is that when like the aliens? Wait,
it's like
who's the main person?
The Shimmer and like Natalie Portman's in it. Like,
that is such a good movie.
Sci-fi horror.
That is such a that's good.
The bear.
It's
the
good.
bear sticks with you.
Ooh.
Ladies and gentlemen of the audience, if you've seen the movie, you know exactly what we mean when we say.
If you ever want to crap your pants, watch The Annihilation.
Oh my goodness, one of the creepiest, most disturbing horror scenes in any movie I've ever seen.
It's just like it's disturbing. The whole thing is
there's a
just
beauty.
like
There's a beauty to it too, but everything's off.
yeah. It's just like
Everything's off,
excuse
which
me.
is supposed to be.
Yeah.
So that one definitely stuck with me, but in more of like a disturbing way, like a kind of hauntingly beautiful, disturbing way, but enchanting Avatar.
Okay. All right. Cool. You can change your answer, Will.
I
Your answer sucked. No, it didn't. It didn't.
Well, I
It was
don't know if
beautiful. Keep
Godzilla
going.
-1 enchanted me, but I just mean to say it was the best film I've seen in a long time. Now,
A movie that dazzled you.
You could go further back and be like, when you saw one, you immediately wanted to go back and see it, or
yeah.
you're like,
Now,
this is epic.
if we were to talk about Enchanted, I think I understand what you were saying much earlier. I think I understand how you feel. If things are enchanting when you're a kid, and when you grow up, it just loses it.
It loses it.
Yeah, and you're not looking for advice, but my advice is go see it anyway. But anyway, it won't be the same, but don't let it stop you. Anyway, getting back to the point. I mean, I'm not at the point. I keep jumping around.
Fine.
Just because life isn't as enchanting now as that I'm an adult, I'm not going to let that stop me from new experiences. But anyway.
No, let him finish.
Okay. Sorry,
I was going to say, one of the films of my childhood that really enchanted me was The Hobbit, not a live action.
Oh, the cartoon?
The cartoon.
Oh, so good. Yeah, vintage.
Yeah.
Ralph Bakshi.
Yeah, I wanted to watch that back and forth. It was introduced to me. Well, that's not important who introduced it to me. Anyway, it was good. It was a part of a literature class.
Nice. I need to revisit that one of these days. I think I've seen it once. Maybe.
But
I was going to ask if you saw Ghostbusters 2 in theaters.
No.
I couldn't remember if you'd told me.
No, I remember the all the advertisements and tie-in comic books and coloring books and puzzle books and Hardee's commercials and toys. And my parents just thought I was too young for that movie. They didn't want me to have nightmares or something.
Sure.
I was like 4.
That's true.
Aww,
That's true. Yeah, it might have been a little bit.
little
intense.
William.
You might have been afraid to take a bath.
But yeah, I mean, if we
5
jump
years.
back that far, yeah, Ghostbusters, the cartoon enchanted me, and eventually the films. But obviously, it left an impression on me since I'm still dressing up like one.
Did you see Jurassic Park in theaters?
Yeah, the T-Rex scene, I hid under the seat.
Oh, dang.
Ooh, yeah, that makes sense.
I was like 9, I think,
Yeah,
Aw.
8 or 8. Well,
7 or
93,
9. I can't
93?
remember.
You would have been 8.
8.
Yeah.
I would have been 4, depending on the year.
Oh, yeah.
Depending on the month.
I really wanted, like, my family didn't go to theaters back then, and that's the first one I remember, like, really wanting to go see in
Sure.
theaters. Because I was big into dinosaurs at the time. And I didn't get to, but I did get to see it before I was 13. I got to see it on VHS, which was still cool. And
Sure.
I still almost crapped my pants because
We all crapped our pants
I
a
watched
little
it at
bit in the
a
90s.
sleepover at a buddy's house, and he had already seen it probably multiple times. And we decided to watch it in his living room late at night with no one else around. He fell asleep.
What kind of a friend is that? I'm sorry. We need to talk to him.
Yeah,
That's not a friend.
Josh.
Golly, Josh.
It's your fault.
Pull yourself
Josh.
together.
And then,
If you're listening to our podcast,
yeah, Josh.
Yeah, you butthole.
write in. Write in.
I won't say his last
because
name,
no
but
one writes
Josh,
in.
you know who you are. No.
Josh Smith.
Yeah, Josh fell asleep, and then the part that really got me was when the arm falls down on the
Oh, yeah, that's
Ellie,
good.
and she thinks it's a darn, what's the character's name? Samuel Jackson's character's name. Dang it.
We know who you're talking about.
Anyway,
We know.
I don't remember Sam.
Mr. Arnold.
No, Arnold was the.
Hold on to
wasn't
your
Ar-
butts.
Wasn't Arnold the game hunter?
No.
I'm so
Maybe-
glad
maybe
we're
it's
talking
Arnold.
about Jurassic Park. Getting back to the movie
Anyway, yeah, we got
Jurassic Park. So what happens next
what'd
is
you-
that they
That's
get
been
back to
intended.
they get attacked by the velociraptors,
What?
and then it ends. All right, Nerd Hatters. See ya.
Okay,
Just
well-
kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with everyone.
replace Velociraptors
Good.
with Narfs.
Narfs?
Not Narfs.
Scrunts.
I
Scrunts.
really feel like these are just insult words.
Aren't they? Yeah.
Get away from me, you Narf.
So, Enchanted. I, as an adult,
Wait, isn't
Oh my-
Enchanted that Disney movie where the princess comes out of the sewer?
yes. Yes. But that's not what I'm talking about.
No, she's talking about.
What I'm talking
Do
about.
they have the same name?
Oh my god, you are not a good passive audience. Not whatsoever.
I have ADHD.
I can tell. I know.
Go
I
ahead,
know.
I'm
So
sorry.
just shush. All right. So I lost my place now. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I broke Laura.
Enchanted.
The music is what takes you at the beginning. The music. Who does the music, babe?
James Newton Howard.
James fucking Newton Howard.
He does all the Shyamalan.
It's just so good. It's simple, bold, and memorable. Like it's so beautiful. It's not flashy. It's just very simple at the beginning. Where the guy, what's the guy's name who was in the village? The father figure.
Oh, William Hurt.
William Hurt, I think, narrates the beginning. I think he narrates it. So it kind of just takes you in with the music because the music's so simple and very well done. And that the characters, the residents.
David Ogden Stiers.
I'm going to pretend it's the other guy.
He's the same person who narrated the beginning of Beauty and the Beast.
And
cartoon?
that's why it's so beautiful.
Right.
I don't even like Beauty and the Beast, but I
Beauty
always
and the
liked that guy. I'm like, that guy has a really cool voice. Okay.
And he did Cogsworth.
As an adult who I think at my point in my motherhood was just doing a bunch of mundane things and not bored, but just exhausted. And I saw all of these characters in this apartment complex going about their daily life, and there was an adventure happening all around them, and they didn't know that they were a part of it. It made me feel like there was an adventure happening all around me that I wasn't quite aware of. It was just it's very cool. Some of the residents are like, there's a brother and sister who are in the same apartment, and that's played by M. Night Shyamalan. And I hate that I didn't look up the sister's name. If she's listening, I apologize. I didn't look up your name, sister, but I really appreciate your character. There's lots of humor all throughout the movie that's very low-key.
Anna Rand.
Thank you.
It's the character's name.
Oh, just kidding.
And Sarita Choudhury is the actress.
Sarita what?
I don't know if I'm saying it.
Sarita?
Choudhury or Choudhury? Choudhury. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong. Sarita Choudhury.
Okay, I'm not going to repeat it, but it sounds close enough. The chemistry between like siblings is just really sweet and hilarious, and but you have to like be paying attention to really enjoy it. And some of the other residents are just so weird. Like there's this one guy who's like always in the bathroom. We don't know why he's in the bathroom, and his wife is like, I forget his name, is like, she keeps calling in the maintenance guy, Cleveland, to come and fix the toilet so that her husband will just get out of the bathroom. And so he's in there most of the movie. There's this other veteran.
Sounds like me.
Yeah, I know. Sounds like all men. And there's this other resident who's a veteran and has like, feels like he has some PTSD, who talks to Cleveland a few times, and you just really connect with the everyday life that's happening in this complex. It's very sweet, very funny. What I wonder though, it's like when I was reading reviews, they were all terrible. It got a 25 on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm assuming that's really bad. I don't normally look up
Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah,
Well,
like it was.
anyway.
It was what?
Who listens to Rotten Tomatoes anyway?
Everyone. Yeah.
I know.
So, well,
Suck, except when we agree.
Exactly. Yeah.
I only look at the audience
it got
score.
so many negative reviews. Like people were like, "This is so dumb," and M. Night Shyamalan doesn't know what he's doing, and this is nonsensical, and it wasn't as good as blah blah blah.
They just didn't get it.
That's what I think it is. I think what happened was, whatever movie came out that M. Night Shyamalan did before this one set up a precedent of like thriller suspense.
The big twist too.
Big twist,
Well,
you know?
that was kind of his thing at that point. Right?
Exactly. This is like not the opposite of that, but it's not very suspenseful. It's more like a long mystery that you really have to pay attention to. And the expectations for it, I think, were set. That were just, I don't know, they were just off.
Was the lady with the husband in the was it Mrs. Bubchick?
Yes.
Mrs. Bubchick.
Yeah.
Bubchick.
So her,
Yeah.
her
I've heard
husband's
worse.
uncredited,
Yeah.
but Mr. Bubchick.
There's also a group of like, I think 20 to 30-year-olds that are all in an apartment, and they're smoking weed, and they're philosophers at the same time. The Guild.
I don't want to know what's happening in that apartment.
No, it's really cute. It's like you have to like. It's very.
They're just a bunch of beatniks.
I think what it is, it's just very human. That's what it feels like. It feels very quirky and awkward.
It's like a group of guys getting high and talking about philosophy.
Yeah, it's super cute. It's really cute, and
maybe some of them had jobs.
maybe it doesn't look like any of them do.
Well,
and
someone did to buy all that weed.
Someone
yeah.
had someone had
Maybe
money.
they're all pitching in for the apartment complex. I don't
Either
know.
that or one of them is from a rich family and he just wants to like chill in an apartment with his bros.
Shaggy Rogers.
And he's paying for everything.
So we go back to his story, who's played by Bryce Dallas Howard. She gives instructions. There is...
Wait, Bryce Dallas Howard, isn't that the woman from Jurassic World?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Ron Howard's daughter.
Okay, I'm
And
sorry, go ahead. Oh, really?
I don't...
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't know that.
William.
Little Opie.
Ron Howard's daughter.
Dude. My goodness.
Little
I
big
think we
Opie.
need to stop
Old
this
Opie.
episode and
Just start over.
Yeah, this is not right.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah.
So what I'm going
No, she's following in her dad's footsteps. She's been directing and stuff. Like,
I like
Oh,
she's-
cool.
arguably a better actor than he was back in the day.
I think so.
Yeah.
He met his calling with directing.
Yeah, he loves directing. Anyway, Bryce Dallas Howard, story.
All right.
I think we're upsetting Laura.
Just that
So
I don't
she-
know how I feel right now.
We're
Now-
going to talk about the roles, like
The
who has-
roles.
who
So
has
like
the
there
roles.
are multiple roles that the characters play, the people of the residents in the apartment complex play.
Oh yeah, and I think
In order to get her back to her world, right? They organized this whole party, this concert in the apartment complex to distract because there's like you have to see it, you have to be there, but you like there's so many stories interwoven into all of this. So there's this party that they throw so everyone will be distracted. So when the eagle comes, the great Elon, I think, comes and takes her, that everyone will be distracted and they won't see that she's leaving.
Okay.
Yeah. During this time, she gets attacked again, and everyone is gathering around her. And at this point, Paul Giamatti, who plays Cleveland, has told everyone what their roles are and why Story is where she is and why she has to leave and all that good stuff.
yeah, and he got some help from the writer.
Go ahead.
Is this how you
No, you
feel?
go ahead.
Or no, the film critic,
The film critic.
Harry Farber.
No, you go ahead.
Wasn't it Harry Farber that helped
He was
him?
annoying, but go ahead.
He like helped him to like what would be the typical roles in a story.
Yeah, he was the new resident
Yeah.
in that apartment complex.
So yeah, you have the different characters within it.
Yeah.
You have like the guild.
Yeah,
and you have
the guild.
the guardian and the healer, and right. So
Sides, yes. Will, what is
The
it?
healer and the guardian, or will we playing Dungeons and Dragons now?
Yeah, so everyone, there's the there's the healer, the guardian, the guild, who are, it's not the group of guys, it's all of the sisters.
yeah, and so like Cleveland's trying to figure it out, right? He's trying
And
to figure out who's who.
shush, and the writer, who's played by M. Night Shyamalan. So M. Night Shyamalan is the brother of this, forget her name again.
And
But,
Rice?
So he has been
And
writing
something.
this book.
So it's Anna Rand and Vic Rand.
And Rand.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So
and Rice.
he's been writing this book for about 6 months, and it's full of all of these ideas and thoughts about political stuff. And it's
Star
going to
Wars.
change. It's going to change the world, but he doesn't know how to keep on writing. He has writer's block, and so when he first sees Story, it like unlocks his imagination and like has him write again.
Cool.
And then so that kind of changes history, like in the long run, and you find out more about his story and all of that. So back to where she gets hurt again, and she's like near to death, and up until this point, everyone thinks that Cleveland is the guardian because he found her. He's trying to protect her this whole time. We all think he's the guardian. But why? Oh, and this is when I cry. I hope all of you are ready for tears. We find out that he's not the guardian. He's actually the healer, because that was also a part of his story. And
Yeah.
his background, he was a doctor. So he is holding...
Seems obvious.
Yeah, you'd think that, but when you see it, it's more complicated, William.
Okay.
So he's holding Story, and one of the residents is like, hey, just talk to her, see if you can like help her heal. And so he starts talking to his family, who like none of the residents know his story. None of them know that that's what he's come from, and that that's why he has the job that he has, and that he's kind of running away from his past because it hurts so much. And so he starts weeping, and then he's talking to his wife and his children, and that's what Hill's story. So
Yeah, it's like he's talking the story, but you know he's also
yeah,
talking to
and
his
it's
family.
just so
He's like,
it is.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He's like, I'm sorry I wasn't there to protect you, and I could have done better. And it's just my anti-anxieties are depressants. My pills are making me not cry, but it's beautiful. Like it is so juicy.
And Giamatti fucking knocks it out of the park. He's such a good actor.
Oh my goodness.
So the girl's name is Story. Is that spelled Story?
Yeah.
Just story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Is that has some sort of meaning?
Well, I think
Symbolic,
this
allegorical.
Probably.
whole thing came from bedtime stories that M. Night Shyamalan would tell to his daughters.
Oh, like
That's the
Hobbit.
origin of this.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's on the DVD special features or whatever. Like,
Is that why there's a big eagle?
well, I think all the characters, like, and I think it was over time, like, he would tell this ongoing story to his daughters, and they would ask for it again and again. And
Yeah.
he would add characters, he would add details.
Stole
And
Tolkien's
eventually,
life.
he's like, this would make a good movie. So he decided to make a movie
Cool.
out of it. And side note, I thought this was also, of all the, which this one is his biggest role as well in any of his movies. I thought it was also his best acting.
Yeah, it's so
Maybe that's
good.
because it was so personal to him.
It was
like,
so. I think that's what it was too, and I just don't get. I just hate that it got a bad rating because it is so.
Such a
it's
beautiful
very special. It's very special. Like, yeah, it really does transport you. And it made me feel like the mundane stuff that I was doing every day felt like it had meaning, and like Story gives meaning, not gives meaning. What am I trying to say? She reveals the meaning that everyone already has already. Like it's very special. And,
yeah, she helps them to see
yeah.
talents they already
Yeah,
have.
and see their purpose, and yeah, it's very beautiful. And the whole time, it's like she's not like, oh, by the way, you plebeians, this is your purpose.
You plebeians.
She's not like that. She's very nervous and shy, and she just wants to get back home, but also do a good job at the same time. Like it's like you relate. I relate to like every one of those characters. It's very, very personal. That is all I have to say. You all should watch it.
It sounds very relatable.
It's very beautiful. It makes me cry each time.
Because all I want to do is just go home too. not right now. I mean, like when I'm at work or if I'm confronting someone with some.
No, it made me value the mundane. It really did.
Yeah.
It really did. Still does. And now our baby's crying. Are we?
Hello, Nerdhatters. Pinky here again. The hosts of this podcast have asked me to read something for you. Here it is. This podcast would not be successful without you. We are great. Pinky. Yes, Brian? Pinky. You really don't have a voice for radio, do you? But Brian, this is a podcast. Nevertheless, Pinky, I think you should let me read the rest of it. Oh, all right, Brian. We are grateful for every download, comment, follow, and rating. While our main episodes will always be free, we do have some basic costs like hosting fees, marketing, and of course the recording equipment and software we use. Would you consider supporting us with a monthly donation? As a thank you, we will give you a shout out at the end of every episode for as long as you support the podcast. All right, Pinky, you can finish. Oh, thanks, Brain. Follow the link in our bio now to join the Nerdhat team. Nuff!
One, two, three, four.
And we're back.
Did you know we were gone?
Did you know we were gone? We paused briefly because our daughter woke up. Not Will's daughter, Laura's and my daughter.
We're just a happy little family.
Here we are. All three of us.
We're a throuple.
Oh, my. And we're going to end this episode with that. See you next time.
Surprise! No.
Goodness. goodness.
No, we're not.
Closing thoughts. I think you should, Richard, you should rewatch it and cry. Will, you should watch it and cry. You don't have to cry if you don't want to.
I want to watch it now.
It's beautiful.
But it feels really weird being the passive audience.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask earlier, is this how you feel every episode?
Yep.
Because this movie sounds good, but I just feel like... and I didn't help because I interrupted so many times. But I just feel like it could have... The explanation hooked me in the beginning, but then later I was like... what I'm trying to say is... I feel like my impression of this film will be better if I actually watch it than hear about it.
Of course.
And I'm going to let everyone know, again, I am not good with my words.
I thought you were
better than some people.
Well, no, like I feel like in life, if I'm explaining something, I'm like, no, I'm an artist. I'll draw it and it'll make sense. If I explain it, it will halfway make sense. But that's just me. But you know, this is a really good movie. I'm five hats.
Cool.
Yeah, I think for me, and I've seen it quite a few times, and I love it as well.
I did want to add, and I want to keep what you're going to say. I thought where it could have been better and was not good is that they could have not shown the monkey people and could have kept the scrunts more subtle. Like we saw way too much of the dog grass creatures and way too much of the monkey forest, the Tartutic. Like way too much. It could have been way more like, wait, what do they look like? Like you see them at the end attacking the dogs, or the dog, and
the scrunt.
Yeah, it was too much. I'm like, let's keep this. I think what's beautiful about this is like it's so subtle. You're like almost believe it's real.
Am I the only one who feels scrunt's a dirty word?
Man, we should look it up. I'm curious. Okay.
I know what I'm
I think
thinking of.
you're thinking of a different word.
Yes, I am. I may be thinking two different words put together.
It's like if you combine shit and runt and the other thing.
No, those weren't the two words I was thinking of. But okay.
This is
That's
fun.
why I said the other thing.
This is fun. This is real fun.
Good.
So, babe.
We might have an explicit rating, but we will not use that word on this podcast.
Not yet. So can you say what you were going to say, though?
The male word or the female word?
Oh, my
The
gosh.
female word.
Okay.
I don't know what you were thinking.
We need to talk later, Will. What's happening? Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Yeah, it's said on the Amazon show The Boys quite frequently, and I don't think we'll ever cover that. So
I legitimately don't know what we're talking about, and
so
I am gonna.
Amir says it quite a bit.
Penis?
The C word.
Oh, really?
I was thinking of the S word when we were saying scrunt earlier. And she doesn't know what I'm talking about.
I don't know.
That's fine. No, not that word.
Oh, then I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Man, I am so intrigued. Well, look at where we have come with this beautiful episode.
I feel like the scrunts must be really ugly looking.
They're not.
They're
so
like wolves.
I'd like to stop. I like shush,
wolves
shush.
are made out of grass.
Shush, shush, shush. Babe,
Sorry, I'm making fun of your movie.
Shush. Go ahead, babe. What were you going to say with your review?
No, I love this movie as well. I think it's a criminally underrated member of Shyamalan's catalog, as it were.
Yeah.
I personally, I don't think he started going downhill until The Happening.
Yeah.
Which I do not care for The Happening, and that one I think is deservedly lambasted when he's a big word. It's lambasting is deserved. It's not very good, but that is not the case for this movie. It is magical and just superbly acted and beautifully written and directed.
The timing the timing of things is really
well directed. Has doesn't have a huge twist, but it does have some twists. But it's not meant to be a suspenseful big twist movie in the way that some of his other films are. It's more of it is a fairy tale, but it does still have suspense in it, and it does still have some creepy parts. But given that it's based on a children's story, it's meant to be accessible, I think, for kids as well. Like I could see our kids seeing it even before they're 13.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not any creepier than Harry Potter for sure.
No.
I have a confession.
Yes.
Oh no.
I thought Harry Potter was the sequel to Page Master.
I have so many questions.
I could see that, like back in the day when it came out.
Oh my word. Oh my word. Those are literally not the same thing. I'm offended and I don't even know why. But hold on though. Let's finish.
There's a wizard.
Wait, no.
The library does feature prominently.
No. Let's finish this because we don't want this to be an hour because that's frustrating. So let's go ahead and yeah. So how many hats are you going to give it, babe?
Okay. I was thinking 4.5.
Not good enough, but okay, fine.
It's not perfect. It does have a few. I have a few minor gripes with it, but yeah, it's very good. So I'm 4.5.
Okay. Will, are you going to see it or not?
Well, I can't review it, so I'm going to tip my hat to it.
Are you going to go see it?
I am eventually one day.
That's
It's
my
on backlog.
boy.
Oh man.
That's my boy. That's all we
Where
need.
can I stream it?
So
We could just give him the DVD because we have
you can
DVDs
just borrow
because
our
we're
DVD.
millennials.
Yes.
I don't know where it would be streaming right now.
Are you millennial
somewhere.
like me? We are.
Oh my gosh, I am. Get out of here, Will. Golly. Are you millennial?
She's not that young.
I'm sorry.
Golly.
It is not streaming anywhere currently, according to IMDb.
do
so you can borrow our DVD if you wish.
Okay. By the way, I'm sorry. I'm just.
I don't think you
picking
are.
with you.
I don't think you are.
But no, it's a really good movie, and like that whole to me the holy trilogy of Shyamalan is Signs, The Village, and Lady in the Water. Those are his three best films. I like all three of them honestly better than The Sixth Sense, which I love. I love The Sixth
Well, that was
Sense.
his.
But I have to admit, I like those three movies better than
He
The
likes
Sixth
to use
Sense.
Bruce Willis a lot.
Yeah, and I enjoy Unbreakable, but it doesn't compare to Signs, The Village, and Lady in the Water.
No, it
In
doesn't.
my mind, those are still to this day, I would say, his three best films.
Wow. I didn't know that, babe.
Yeah,
My.
yeah. Now I would put Lady in the Water number 3 of those three, I think,
Oh.
because The Village and Signs are just. But I would put The Village probably first.
Yeah, because you're a man.
Signs
I
second,
haven't seen The
just kidding.
Village.
and Lady in the
You
Water.
haven't seen The Village?
I've seen Signs.
Get out of here, William. Are you serious?
Signs made me scared for a while. I was scared to go outside.
Oh, I bet.
My parents would go tell me to go feed the cows at.
And you were like,
the
fuck the
horses.
cows.
And I'd be like,
They're aliens.
I can't. They're aliens. Watch the skies.
Shit.
Did you bring a glass of water with you everywhere for a while, just in case?
No, that only lets me know if there's T-Rexes coming.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah.
That's true. Boom, boom. Wow.
Oh man.
I don't know how to end this because.
Can you imagine watching?
Wait,
Signs?
no, babe, hold on. Though. We should end
Okay.
this because it's
Yes.
getting too long.
It's
All
not too
right.
long yet,
All
but
right, my
we're getting
friends.
towards the end.
All right, my babies. That's all we have today. I hope you enjoyed that.
I have more quips.
Yeah, if you're
More
like
annoying
Will,
things.
if you're like Will and you haven't seen Lady in the Water yet, go see it. Rent
Go
it,
see it.
buy it. on
Just buy it. Don't
DVD.
rent it. Just commit and buy it.
Yeah, go to
Commit.
your local used bookstore or go to the library near you, and they probably have a copy.
Libraries aren't a real thing. Don't try it.
Break into somebody's house that has it, steal it,
Yeah, one of
there you
those things.
I don't know if they've come out with a Blu-ray. of it,
defecate in their
but
fireplace.
there's definitely DVDs.
Defecate in their fireplace.
Yeah, just
That was very
just
detailed, Will.
They know you were there.
I'm gonna force in the flu.
And
feel
then
like
just
you've
write a
done
note
this
that says,
before.
I owe you one copy of. I'm kidding.
I'm gonna put my ass in the ash. I'm gonna fart in the flu. I'm gonna.
Write in and let me know if you want more of me or less of me. Every episode.
Wow, so strange.
All right, nerds. Well, with that, this is the end of season 5. It's been a year.
It has been a year.
Yeah, technically not the end of the calendar year, but this is the end of our podcasting year, and we're on episode 20.
Damn.
Thank you all for coming along on this journey through season 5. Thank you to Laura for being our third host this year, our resident skeptic and audience surrogate.
I still don't know how I feel about this whole thing, but okay.
Yeah, and thank you to all of you.
It's okay, I don't either.
Yeah, so thanks to all who have supported us and continue to support us. Shout out to two of our oldest peeps, Lars DeSenza from the Trick in the City podcast and Red Shirt Geeks, and Gailey Giles, Holodeck 4, aka two of our oldest supporters. And yeah, thank you guys for continuing to follow us. And yeah, so we're going to take December off and take a break and rest and work on other things. But we're also going to be planning for season 6, set to begin in January. So be on the lookout for announcements about that on our social medias. Speaking of social medias, give us a follow on Instagram or on Facebook, and of course on where you find us on podcast apps. So, any last words, Laura?
Yes. Oh. Oh, from Laura.
What's your name, Laura?
Okay, sorry.
Go see Lady in the Water.
Go see Lady in the Water. It is good.
If you've seen it, watch it again.
And don't read the reviews. None of them are good.
Rotten Tomatoes doesn't know what they're talking about when it comes to this movie.
At least with this movie, yeah. All right. This was interesting. Good night and good luck.
Yeah.
Is
All
it
right.
weird?
Until next time. What?
Is it weird that we call ourselves Nerd Hats and we give hat reviews, but none of us wear hats?
I wear hats. And I was the
Not right now.
I was the OG host, so that's where the nerd hat came from.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not wearing a hat at the moment, but I do frequently wear hats.
Oh, maybe we should start wearing hats, even though no one can see us.
Yeah, we all wear hats. Yeah, well, yeah. Anyway,
I'm sorry.
nerds, until next time, until next season, until
I'm not
next
sorry.
year,
Sayonara.
live long and prosper.
See you.
Nerds, Richard here. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. While you wait for the next one, I would like to invite you to connect with us online. There are several ways you can do that. You can follow us on Instagram at NerdhatPod, find and like us on Facebook at Nerdhat, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Nerdhat Entertainment, and of course you can follow us on all the major podcasting platforms including Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Amazon Music. Join us next time as we talk about more nerdy shit. Live long and prosper, nerds.
The way home.
Thanks, Mrs. Carey.
All right, now let's see if it works. Let's see if it
Well,
works.
hold on. Will needs to say a little bit more because I'm seeing. Okay, right. Whee! So like higher treble definitely picks up better. Yeet. That did.
Yeet
That picked
the
up.
child.
That went all the way up to the top.
Poop, 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 poop.
Shit.
Fuck. Oh, that didn't go very far.
Sasquatch.
William,
Offensive.
have you ever seen a Sasquatch in the woods?
No,
I'm-
my uncle usually stays indoors.
All right. Let's test it.
All right.
What does it sound like?
All right.